So we have here some game scores of games that are currently on right now. We have California Baptist in an elimination game against Utah Valley. They won 4-2. California Baptist did, or I believe 4-2. Excuse me. On top of the fifth, number 19 Arizona University UCLA. In the power conferences: Big 10, Big 12, ACC, SEC, Pac-12, Big 10, Big 12, ACC, SEC, Pac-12, and then there's a few other conferences like American and the Sun Belt and the Missouri Valley. There's a few conferences, that play every team in. Teams that don't have every team in, they do like a pseudo thing on the NCAA's, like the elimination bracket, where some teams might get biased, and then so many teams, play games, and then they do like elimination bracket too, like maybe 8-team elimination bracket, maybe, where you do maybe they have 8 teams, but 8 teams, and then you do the first game maybe all, you might have 4 games, then you have some sort of elimination bracket through that, 8 teams have elimination bracket maybe. It's something like that, But anyways, let's talk about some games that have been played right now. We're going to talk about the games. We have number 4 Oklahoma beat BYU 13-2-5 in a run rule. Delaware and Campbell suspended their game. They were tied at 2-2 in the CA semis. Not sure if that was an elimination game or not. Don't have the CA. Don't have Flow softball to watch the games. Indiana beat Nebraska 9-5. Eastern beat Southern Indiana 3-2 in an elimination game. SC Upstate survived to go. It beat Winthrop 5-1 after the rain delay. There was one rain delay earlier, and then this is the second rain delay in between the first game, between the end of the first game and the start of this game. And then South Carolina Upstate wins the second game of the day 5-1, and wins this first semifinal, wins the winners bracket, basically the winners bracket championship, essentially what it is. And then the loser Winthrop has to play along with that noon Eastern, which was probably going to be the start of the championship game, but they just moved the championship game back, the first championship game, and they'll have the necessary championship on Sunday, because if Winthrop happens to win the game on Sun, wins the first game against Longwood, and then wins the if necessary game against South Carolina Upstate, that's then they teams don't play more than 2 games in a day traditionally, so they just have the third game, if necessary, Sunday morning, or maybe sometimes Sunday, basically like early Sunday afternoon and Sunday morning, probably more. Then we have Crane beat UConn 10-6 to go to the Big East Championship. They have to win 2 tomorrow to go to. They have to win 2 tomorrow to go to the NCAA tournament. Northern Kentucky knocks up Oakland 7-4, and Northern Kentucky moves on to the next elimination game. St. Louis eliminated Chicago 7-6. California Baptist moves on. In California Baptist, that was an elimination game in California Baptist. Won that one 4-1 and knocked off UT and eliminated UT. And we have Liberty beat New Mexico State 5-3 and eliminated New Mexico State. Ball State eliminated Ohio 5-1. Utah eliminated number 8 Stanford in the one and done in the Pac-12 tournament at home. Stanford was host because they were the number 1 overall seed, so some teams host because they're number 1 overall, or maybe it's just Stanford's your host. Either way, the number 1 seed, or that actually they were not the number. They were the number 1 seed, and they hosts Stanford. They won 2-1. Utah did beat Stanford and rate Stanford 2-1. Eastern Kentucky beat Central Arkansas 9-3 in an elimination game. Eastern Kentucky eliminates Central Arkansas. Florida, number 7 Florida beats number 10 Texas 7-3. In the SEC semis, in the Sun Belt semis, Texas State beat South Alabama 4-3. In the Big Sky semis, Portland State eliminates Sacramento State, and Portland State's going to the, but Portland State's won 2 games in order to win the championship, to win the tournament championship. Michigan eliminates Wisconsin 6-4, and Wisconsin magical run in the Big Ten tournament when in number Texas beats Baylor 14-3 and 5 in the Big 12 semis. In the Mountain West semis, Boise State that's an elimination game. They beat Nevada 4-1. Northern Kentucky beats Youngstown State in elimination game 6-3. And then tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern, we have Robert Morris and Cleveland State in a winner goes to the championship for the Horizon League on Sunday. Loser plays an elimination game at 10:30 Eastern. These games may have been moved up due to weather. Obviously, they have to play the games in. They have to get the 2 games in. They absolutely have to, because the selection show releases their games on Sunday. So even if they decide like the Horizon League Championship, say, Sunday, or the championship games just wherever in the bracket, maybe they're closest. Maybe they reduce travel on them and they said, hey, we're going to put them in their closest place to home. Their home, maybe. It's left, the ones that are left, put them in as remaining seed that's left, Okay, sure. Whatever, But in order for them to find the champion, they have to do that, And they have to get these games. It's not like, it's not like, well, they say it's an if necessary championship game, and the championship game was already played, they can say, well, I mean, this team won the pseudo championship, won the championship game, if necessary, or this team, they played, say, they've, played like 2-3 innings, and this team's winning. They played, say, 3 innings total, and this team was leading after 3 innings. One team is like, this team was leading, it's just called off, they can't, it's not something like that, if, something like that, they can't, because, but, they have to get the semifinals in order to do that, or they said, this team was the favorite, lost, so we can say, well, this team, you know what I mean, or, I don't know, but basically, so, but anyways, we got 11 a.m. Eastern, Siena and Kinesis. These are all on ESPN Plus, except for there's a few. Big East will be on FS2, FS or Big Ten Network will have the Big Ten Championship. CAA, the championship game. Not sure if both will be on CBS Sports. If they'll be on CBS Sports Network, both of them will, or they'll be, on Flow and softball. I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure. You're the Flow streaming service. I'm not sure. I know Flow has contracts with Big East and close to Athletic Association to show all the streaming games. Then they're picked up for like women's basketball and men for women's basketball for the Big East, women's soccer, men's women's soccer, volleyball, maybe tennis, baseball, softball. Every sport basically that's not shown on like Fox Sports or CBS Sports Network. I know ESPN has rates. I know I don't know if they do anymore. I know they have in the past shown Big East games that weren't. They can't. show them on TV, but they show them on like ESPN3 or ESPN Plus or something like that. Maybe so. Maybe if they, if they do that, some of the games aren't shown on there, or if there's, games, basically all the Big East home games, that are on TV when the TV networks show, or same with CA, and then so who knows? But anyways, we got Charlotte, Wichita State, Charlotte, the American Athletic Tournament Championship, and noon Eastern ESPN2, ESPN simulcast, and ESPN Plus. I know ESPN Plus, ESPN is starting to do all the games that aren't on that, all the games that they're able to broadcast for college, all the games that are able to broadcast like that conference games through streaming, they have the exclusive streaming rates that conferences games to all that conferences games, or select so many of the conferences games. Then they'll put it on streaming usually, and they do that with, they're starting to do that now, and I'm assuming they'll probably. I wouldn't be surprised if someday, like ESPN Plus. Someday, if the cable networks start to die down. I wouldn't be surprised if ABC, turns in like a full-time sports series on Sundays. And then they show like big games during the week, like Monday Night Football. Eventually, I would not be surprised, Or if they put a lot of things on just ESPN Plus. And just maybe they have it where they have ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, AC North, SC North, ESPN News. Maybe if they turn a Longhorn Network into say Big 12 Network, maybe they have all that for an ESPN Plus, maybe for like an extra fee, maybe instead of say $10 a month, they might charge say $14 or $19 a month. Maybe with that included, Anyways, we have behind Boston University at noon Eastern on ESPN Plus. Harvard Princeton Ivy League Championship, ESPN Plus, noon Eastern. All these are noon Eastern, ESPN Plus, by the way. Longwood win Big South semifinal. UMass Albany, St. Louis Dean. We have Jackson State for the SWAC championship history does not need is no more. Jackson State won. They beat Florian. So Jackson State is going to the NCAA tournament. The second at qualifier, we got North Connecticut Sicker at noon Eastern, ESPN Plus in the semifinal. Southeast Missouri Eastern Illinois in the Ohio Valley Championship. The MEAC Championship on ESPN Plus. The rest of the games were on the SWAC. The whole tournament was on SWAC. Did you know for free on YouTube? The MEAC might have been the same except for the championship. They put that on ESPN Plus, which I'm surprised by. The SWAC basketball, the whole SWAC basketball tournaments, they put on ESPN Plus. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. But and then we have the Clapham State, Morgan State, and noon Eastern and ESPN Plus. Boston, and we got 1 Eastern and ESPN Plus. We got Ball State number 24, Miami, Ohio. Against Greensboro, Chattanooga. 1. We got North Florida Eastern Kentucky in the Eastern semis and ESPN Plus in the elimination semifinal. And we got Texas State's number 18, Louisiana, 2 Eastern ESPN Plus. Wayne State, San Diego State, the Mountain Western Championship. Now this could be on FS2, or it could be on. I don't know if it's on FS2. Maybe it'll be on It could be on FS1 or it could be on CBS Sports Network. Because I know the CBS Sports Network and FS1 have rights to Mountain West teams. They have rights to Mountain West football and men's and women's basketball. For sure, I know. Maybe they'll show other Mountain West sports on there. So we'll see if they do. Maybe they could. or maybe even FS2 they could show it on, and then maybe the if necessary could go to CBS Sports Network, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? And we got 2 Eastern, Big Portland State, Northern Carolina, and the Big Sky Championship. And, the Boise State St. Lucie is on Mountain West Network, or it could be on FS2, FS1, CBS Sports Network. My guess is probably going to be just the Mountain West Network Conference streaming service for free. Yeah, for free. That shows all the Mountain West games. Because they have the Mountain West app on like phones, tablets, smart TVs. Maybe it might be on like computers, like the Windows App Store, the Mac OS Store. Or you can do it on the browser. And we got Northern Illinois, Southern Illinois, and Missouri Valley Championship, 2 Eastern Plus, the Summer League Championship. It's CBS Sports Network took over broadcasting the Summer League. I'm surprised and they have Midco Sports Network for show some games. Midco Sports 1 and 2, which is a local streaming service in South Dakota and North Dakota, like an internet provider. That's actually what I have for my internet provider. But they actually show games in your area, local games with their cable package, but sports package, but it's like but I'm surprised, they branched off and went with some league network from Midco on their own. They kind of did like the Big Ten does, and they, you have to pay. They have their own streaming service, which I'm kind of surprised they did that. I'm surprised they didn't stick with the ESPN Plus, but they just didn't. And then we have, so that's on their Midco Sports Network and probably some League Plus. And at 2 Eastern, then 2 Eastern CA Championship is the second game. It was supposed to be at noon Eastern, but that's probably when Delaware Campbell's going to start, so it's going to be at 2 Eastern blue softball, most likely. And we got Kentucky Liberty at 2 Eastern ESPN Plus. We have Florida State Duke at 2:30 Eastern on ESPN 2. Number 16 Florida State, number 5 Duke. We have Pitch League Championship, if necessary, game. We have Boston U at 2:30 Eastern. We have all the if necessary championship games. Then we have the Longwood and Winthrop. That was supposed to be played tonight, but they said to call off and play it tomorrow. And the Big South Championship was going to play at 3. It was going to play at noon Eastern, but it's so. And the NEC Championship, they moved the elimination semifinal to today. Probably because Sacred Heart had to play 2. Sacred Heart had to continue the game against Long Island, and they won. And Sacred Heart lost in the first semifinal. So they're eliminated. So they had finished one and played one. So instead of just maybe going halfway through it and calling it off, they're obviously not going to do that. So they said come back tomorrow and play it. And if necessary, championship will be tomorrow. Will be on Sunday. And then we got the if necessary championships. Obviously, if necessary, the MEAC ASUN Plus. Doesn't say that, but I'm assuming it will. We got ASUN Championship, which is the winner of North Florida and Eastern Kentucky. The winner of the elimination game will play for the ASUN title at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Plus, or that's tentatively at 3:30 Eastern. Then we have 4 Eastern, Crane Villanova on FS2, Indiana, Michigan at 4 Eastern on Big Ten Network. Probably after a baseball game on Big Ten Network, or before. There was probably a baseball game on that, probably noon Eastern. Probably, they might have like a little bit of filler studio shows. Maybe like 3, so that goes like 3.5 hours and then say like noon to 3:30 Eastern, and then 3:30 to 4 Eastern, I have like a preview of the Big Ten championship game. If the baseball game doesn't go that long, which the pitch clock and stuff, it could, but I doubt it's going to at least go to 4. Not going to go 4 hours. I doubt it. And then we have WAC championship, which is going to be the winner of Utah Valley California Baptist in the elimination game. The winner is going to play Grand Canyon tomorrow at 4 Eastern for the WAC championship. Then we got, if necessary, tournament championships. 5 Eastern, we got 4 Eastern, the SEC tournament championship, Missouri and Florida. At 5 Eastern, East Bend 2. We have the if necessary championship of the Big East at 6:30 BFS 2. ESPN Plus, 7 Eastern. WAC championship if necessary, Big 12. If necessary, we got number 4 Oklahoma, number 4 Oklahoma, number 1 Texas at 7 Eastern, East Bend 2, East Bend Plus. And we got 10 Eastern, East Bend 2. We got Pac-12 championship, Utah, and the winner of Arizona and UCLA. And then on Sunday, May 12th, we got a couple of necessary title games and one for sure title game. We got 9:30 Eastern. We got Horizon League championship. We have the if necessary championship game of the Big South and the ASUN at 10 Eastern, and at noon Eastern, we have the if necessary Horizon League game. So yeah, I'm gonna be going through a bunch of these games. I'm gonna be doing not all of them, but some of these games. I'm gonna be going through and doing whip rounds of these games, of the Horizon League of the championship games, and the semis as well. I'm gonna be going through. I'm gonna be focusing on the championship games. I'm going to be mainly focusing on the championships, but I will do the semis. So if they're, if there's still, if there might be like rain delays in the semis, and there's not a lot of championship games going on, I may talk about some of them, but I'm gonna focus on mainly the championship games, and then if necessary championship games. Or just the championship games in general, if necessaries, and if there's any if necessaries. So far in the 2, there have not been any if necessaries. But there's most of the conference championships do if necessaries, besides like 8 of them, I want to say. This American has like the Sun Belt. The Missouri Valley doesn't. And and neither does MAAC. But most of them do if necessaries. That's 9, so 23 out of the 32 conferences do have necessaries. So I'm assuming, there's going to be at least one of those. And there's 20, and there's 2 of them that finished that they do have necessaries. One, their championship, their tournament winner is crowned. So I'm assuming there's going to be at least one if necessary game on tomorrow. Or for Sunday, at least, or scheduled for Sunday in the Big South Racing. I'm assuming there's going to be at least one. There has to be. So